Well, hi there, folks. Welcome back to Mossy Roots Farm. You'll never believe what Mr. Pickles here was just telling me. Mr. Pickles has the secret to whether a round bale is fertilizer or food. Let me preface this by saying a lot of folks will claim that when it's down like this and the cows can't eat it, that's fertilizer because it'll just add nutrients back into the soil. And a lot of folks will say, don't worry about how much the cows waste of hay. And I'm taking you over here because in previous videos I have said and explained that this over here was a failed experiment, at least in my opinion. I gave them one single round bale, like that one, and I did not put a feed ring around it. I let them go to town. They had this hay spread out over 2 or 3 round bales worth of size, and they ate it all in a single day. Well, I need my round bales to last 3 days. So again, some folks would say, well, it's not waste if it's fertilizer. Well, I will say this. Here's how you could differentiate if you're wasting it or if it's fertilizer. Let's take this cornfield. In this cornfield, every year gets fertilizer put on it. Well, let's just say it's P and K, right? Nitrogen and potassium. I don't know. I'm not a corn farmer. I'm not a grain farmer, so I might be wrong in that. But every year it gets fertilized, right? So since every year it gets fertilized, we know exactly what goes into it. We know exactly the cost. And generally, most farmers can tell you the yield difference. Like if I asked this farmer, he'd probably tell me 50 to 100 bushels difference if we didn't fertilize. Now, maybe that's wrong, but again, I'm not a grain farmer. Well, let me ask you grain farmers this question. Why do you only put, let's take lime for example. Why do you only put 1 ton per acre of lime? Why not 2? Why not 4? Why not 10? Well, you may say, well, the answer's simple. It'd be a waste of money. Aha! So you're telling me adding fertilizer when you don't need fertilizer is a waste of money. That's very interesting that you grain farmers would say that, because these grazers would say adding extra fertilizer when you don't need extra fertilizer, that's not a waste. But it is a waste, because every one of these round bales, I'm going to say, cost me $40. Now, not all of them, but on average, $40, let's say. Well, if I'm taking $40 and instead of feeding it for 3 days, which would average out to about what, like $12, $13 per day, let's just say, to feed all these cows, which honestly is not bad. But $12, $13 to feed these cows every day bumps up to $40 to feed these cows every day because I used a single round bale in a day. You crop farmers would have a cow. Get it, cow? You crop farmers would have a cow if your fertilizer prices jumped to 3 times the cost. You guys wouldn't fertilize. You'd say it's not worth it, but yet us grazers do it all the time. So that doesn't make sense to me. If crop farmers who have been doing this for hundreds and thousands of years don't want to do that, then why do grazers want to do that? Let's take this for example. I calculated I would need more than 40, but I put out about 40 round bales this fall. And they were $40 a piece. So quick math, pretty sure that's $1,600 about. Let's say $1,600. So that's $1,600 for food. Well, if I now need, instead of 40 round bales, let's say I need 120 round bales. That changes the cost a whole bunch. So now you're talking about, what's that going to be, 48? No, yes, no. Yeah, let's say that'll be $4,800. So instead of $1,600, I'm spending $4,800. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Who's going to have that kind of capacity in their herd? If you're a farmer and you can literally pay for 4 times the cost to feed, congratulations. I want to know your secret. I want to know your recipe. I want to know what it is that you're doing. That's why I say you can waste hay, because hay is money and money can be wasted. I'm sure you all would agree with that. All I have to say is drugs, alcohol, and gambling, and you would say money can be wasted. So if I can waste money, I can waste hay. because I don't think this ground needs that much fertilizer. I don't think it needs an entire round bale's worth of fertilizer. I don't think it needs, oh, let's just say $26 to $30 worth of fertilizer in this little 10-foot by 10-foot square patch. You know, again, if you talk actual fertilizer costs, P and K, you would be insane to want to spend that kind of money. But yet us grazers will do it with hay. So that's why I say, guys, there is a difference between waste and fertilizer when it comes to hay leftovers in your field. Because ultimately, this guy is what makes me money. The ground does make me money, but the ground feeds this guy, and this guy makes me money. So if I'm not feeding him or her or them because I've wasted all my hay, but my grass looks super green, your grass doesn't matter if you can't convert grass into dollars. And cows are a really good way to convert grass into dollars. Well, hopefully you guys have a little mindset change, or at least some contrarian thoughts that might pop into your head and go, oh, okay, I see how he understands that. I see how he can make that assumption. Because that's it. I want this YouTube channel to show you guys Mr. Bully Bull doing special things like burying his face in the hay because he can't eat what's right at his belly. He has to eat from the center because I guess that's the best part. I don't know what he's doing. He's special. But I wanted to show you guys this, and I also wanted to kind of talk about some of these things that pops into my head because I'm a young farmer. I'm not going to just go based on everything everyone says. I will test things. I will try things. And if I don't like the results, I'm not going to do them. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you on the next one.